The story would begin in the battle against the legendary Saiyan Broly, because despite the fact that both Saiyans used all their power was not necessary. That's right, the power possessed by the Saiyan Broly was amazing, so much so that even though he did not possess the Divine Ki, he was able to defeat both Saiyans, for which both had resorted to fusion. The battle that both Saiyans mentioned was incredible, although Gogeta on this occasion had totally the advantage. The Saiyan Broly did not let to release his power, so at the passage of a few moments, Gogeta would access the Super Saiyan Blue, with which he had taken the battle much more seriously, in which, from a great attack, he was about to end Broly's life. However, with the help of the Dragon Balls, Broly was teleported to his planet. The fusion of the powerful Gogeta was about to end, observing his entire paranormal.
That was fun. I'm still the beast tamer no matter who it is.
Instantly, the fusion would end, in which both warriors had returned to normal. But Goku was a little thoughtful about everything that had happened, so which would decide to break his limits once again, to which the Prince of the Saiyans would not be let behind, since the instant Vegeta would communicate telepathically with Whis.
Whis, please trade me. I can't believe that a Saiyan who doesn't possess a divine energy like us was able to defeat us, and must have resorted to fusion.
There will always be warriors of that type. And won't Mr. Goku train with us in the same way?
I don't know where that insect's gone, but I'm sure he's gone to a place to perform a training in the same way to break his limits.
Oh, this will be very interesting. Okay, let's start with the God of Destruction candidate training. Vegeta was surprised by the proposal that Whis had offered him.
That means that when Lord Beerus dies, I'll be the new God of the Destruction of the entire Universe 7.
Exactly, Mr. Vegeta. Since otherwise it is not possible for me to grant the training to the God of Destruction.
Lord Beerus has thousands of years left to live. It's okay, Whis. I accept the position of God of Destruction when Lord Beerus departs from this world.
In that case, it'll be better to leave to the planet of Beerus to start with the new training. Both had headed towards the planet of the god Beerus, while for his part Goku had resorted to the Room of Time, beginning to monitor each of his transformations from the most basic to the most powerful, to have total control over his internal energy.
Broly's power's been amazing, but I can't stay at this level. I have to be able to break all my limiters like Saiyan.
Goku, with his great determination, would begin to focus much more on each of his workouts. However, as time passed, Goku had been able to access the Ultra Instinct on request. However, his combative power had not increased in a way that the Saiyan would like, since the Ultra Instinct was a state which made him completely intangible, but did not grant a growth of energy.
Hell, I've been able to master the Ultra Instinct, but I'm not able to reach a new level. If an extremely more powerful being appears, I'm sure he'd be able to defeat me, since his power would be more destructive.
But without even Goku noticing, a powerful entity was watching the exhausted training that the Saiyan was carrying out. But as we get a little closer, we're able to notice how this existence maintained an incredible size, while fur covered his entire body. That's right, it was a beast. But not just any beast, this was the legendary Sacred Ozaru.
I finally found a worthy warrior who is capable of being my successor, who will keep all my power at its maximum splendor. I don't have time anymore, and apparently that Saiyan keeps a pure heart.
While Goku was training, a surprising pressure would become present at the Time Room, which had left him surprised. But despite being transformed into the Ultra Instinct, that pressure that had been able to completely bend him, being able to make Goku not being able to move any of his muscles. That pressure being of so devastating had even made him fall to the floor, and even at the Time Room would begin to change its appearance, starting to destroy half of all of the over the place. Volcanoes, as well as stars, were created and at the same time destroyed by that beastly power.
What the hell? Who's all this power? I knew that the Ultra Instinct would be effective with warriors of similar powers to mine, but with a warrior that's completely overshadows me, I won't be able to even move like I am now.
All over the place, some extremely giant footsteps could be heard, while a large silhouette could be observed all over the place. That silhouette left Goku surprised.
If you're an Ozaru, although your size is thousands of times bigger than an ordinary Ozaru, I don't feel evil or bad intentions in you.
You will be the next legendary Sacred Ozaru. As your heart's being pure, you are worthy that I trust you with all my power.
What? I don't understand anything.
I'll be part of your power since millions of years have passed, and I've been able to search for the warrior who is worthy. And you'll be the warrior to bring glory to this multiverse. Great, the useless Zeno-sama. He and I were also great friends.
Without Goku being able to say anything, an incredible power began to enter his entire body, at which, the moment loud screams of Goku would resound throughout the room of time, since the power that Goku was releasing was of an extremely incredible scale, so much so that he had formed multiple dimensional cracks. However, his power seemed to have no limits since it continued to constantly increase.
Hell, I haven't understood almost anything, but I have to be able to close all these dimensional cracks or even destroy the Earth.
Goku, concentrating to the maximum, was able to decrease his power a little, but it was getting too much, since too much blood was coming out all over the place, since the power that the sacred Ozaru had granted him seemed to be unlimited. After a few weeks, Goku would fall to the ground, not being able to withstand all the power of that beast. For his part on the planet of Beerus, the training of the Prince of the Saiyan had begun, in which they mainly concentrated in the same way on the control of their internal energy, so that he was able to simulate the power of destruction throughout his body. When he is still able to control his internal energy 100%, we will start with his new training, which will be the control of the destructive energy, also known as the energy of the gods of destruction. Vegeta was still in a meditation pose, while his entire internal system kept his power stable. Although this training seems to be the easiest, it really was the most difficult training that the Prince of the Saiyans was carrying out, since it was not a physical training. On the contrary, it was even a mental training, to which he had never undergone. Returning to the time room, it had already been 3 years, which in the outside would have been equivalent to 3 days. Goku was able to wake up, but his whole body was extremely heavy, because the power of that beast had not been controlled at all.
My body, it hurts completely. Even my fingers hurt. What the hell happened? Am I the legendary Sacred Ozaru now? I don't even know what that is.
Goku would try to stand up in his base state, since his body seemed to weigh tons. So while trying to transform, he had the risk of exploding from all the excess energy.
I have to control all this power, first in my base state. I don't know what the hell has happened, or if this is a divine force, but I appreciate this power. I don't feel good accepting powers from third parties, but I'll use this great power to protect all my friends.
Goku in his base state would start with his great training, while only focused on the control of his new power. Meanwhile, in a place far, far away from all the 12 universes, a warrior from the form of a skeleton would stand.
So the damn Orochi was able to find a real carrier. That damn good-for-nothing monkey. I don't care who your carrier is. I will eradicate it. And this time I'll keep your power whether you want it or not.
Mesvel, which was the name of this powerful warrior, would start walking all over his castle. But with every one of his steps outside, thousands of catastrophes would happen. So a warrior would arrive in front of the Mesvel.
Oh my lord, what's the matter? I can tell he's in a terrible mood, but I'm sure this is all due to something specific. I don't want to talk to anyone right now, so you'd better get the hell out of my sight.
The warrior would leave, as otherwise his life might be in danger.
I swear that I'll find you, and I will end your damn hope of eliminating evil completely. That is impossible since I'm the embodiment of evil, and ending my existence is impossible.
Returning to the Room of Time, this training of Goku was costing him too much, since it had already been about 3 more years, and Goku hadn't been able to master even 25% of all that power.
This is really bad. But how much did that Ozaru have? Was he looking for a successor or carrier? I don't understand, but I'm sure a very powerful warrior of the same form must be waiting for me somewhere in the 12 universes.
For his part in the Kingdom of the Whole, Zeno-sama was extremely bored, so he would request the presence of Daishinken.
Tell me, Lord, what is offered to you? Anything I can help you with?
Daishinken, I'm really bored. Bring my friend Goku, please.
It's okay, Zeno-sama. Right now, I'll communicate with Mr. Goku.
Daishinken, with his great mental power, would try to communicate with Son Goku, but it would be impossible for him, because he was nowhere in the 12 universes. So Daishinken, a little bewildered, would go to planet Earth. The instant he arrived, the god of the Earth was surprised to realize that such an existence was in front of him.
Pepe, But if this is Daishinkan-sama, the father of all angels and guardian of the mighty Zeno-sama. I don't know how you know my identity, although I assume Mr. Goku must have told you about my existence. Tell me, Mr. Powerful Daishinkan-sama, how can we help you? I am in search of the warrior's son Goku, because the great Zeno-sama has requested his presence. Of course, Mr. Goku is currently training in the time room. Please allow me to take him to where he is. I would really appreciate it.
Both would arrive towards the entrance of the time room, for which Dende would leave. Instantly, the great priest would enter that dimension, but I was surprised since entering had felt the air pressure had completely changed. That's right, the pressure would even force the great priest to expel 35% of all his power, so that he wasn't affected by that great pressure.
What is this? What's happening here? It is not more than 4 months that the Tournament of Power was held, and Son Goku's power could not grow in this unreal way.
Daishinkan, when observing Son Goku, was surprised since it seemed that he had chosen the imperfect Ultra Instinct as his base state, but the energy that his body released was extremely incredible. Daishinkan, being trained to protect the powerful Zeno-sama, was able to withstand that great pressure, but it was surprising that a simple mortal releases all that power. Daishinkan would get to where he found Son Goku.
Oh, I'm sorry, Daishinkan-sama. I noticed your presence. Tell me, has something happened?
He has left me amazed by the power he's been able to achieve in that short period of time. But I'm here because the great Zeno-sama has requested your presence.
Oh, I understand. I'm just training now. But can you inform him that in one day I'll go to the Kingdom of the Whole, please?
I understand, Mr. Goku. I'll inform you.
Daishinkan would leave, so Goku would, with a look of determination and enthusiasm, would say the same.
On the remaining day of training, I have to be able to master even 50% of all this power. I want to surprise my friend Zeno, and I also want to have a battle with the Great Priest.
So Goku would continue with his training, but while training in all his aura, a great beast would form. What will happen next? Find out in the next chapter. Well guys, this is all for today's chapter. I hope you liked it and it was to your liking. Now don't forget to leave your powerful like Supreme God level, comment and subscribe. Now without further ado, see you in a new video. Until next time.